Hey gang, as some of you may have noticed, this is not my hardcore survival world. I died in that. It was really sad. What was more sad is that I wasn't recording at the time, so I didn't catch it on, uh, you know, camera, so to speak. Now, this is, however, a server that I have with a couple of friends. Don't know why there's a dirt block here, grass block. And we started this a couple months ago and have been working pretty diligently. Got a friend who's building a base over there, one who's building a base over here inside that entire mountain. And then, yeah, I'll show you guys around. Not going to show you all the inside of the nether because we haven't done much in the nether. But basically, from here, that little fishing hut's where I started. That way, almost everything there was a project of mine. So, I'll give you a little tour, show you where I've started and where I'm at now. Let's start at the top of this mountain. So, at the top of this hill, I built a villager breeder. Pretty neat. Little crops up here. Way off in that direction. Not way off. Just a couple hundred blocks. I'll just fly there. So in this direction, just a short hop away, is where the village was. That's where I gathered everybody. There's this huge water stream. This was I built it by hand, filled it up by hand. Dug it all the way through. It goes underneath, all the way back to my base. I did that. Let me get out of the water. Let me get out of the water. I can't fly. Okay, good. I did all of that, not realizing that this river here goes all the way around back to the start. It made me feel really dumb, but doesn't matter. I got the villagers moved. It was great. Anyways, so moving forward, I needed a place to sort of set up to call my base, so I created this little area. This is one of my favorite builds here. There's this huge hole, chasm cavern thing below me. That was scary. I mean, I have feather falling, so I'd probably be okay. Yeah. So with that being there, I thought that it would be kind of cool to have a walkway around it, and then a little covered walkway to go across it in the middle. I had originally planned on putting a mob farm here, and then when I finally got around to building this, I thought, nah, that'd be stupid, and didn't do it, for whatever reason. I had, here, let me show real quick. I'm not going to go all the way down, but I had originally planned for this area to be like my bedroom storage area. I thought it'd be really cool, so I have a drop that goes all the way down to bedrock. It allows me to go check the slime farm that was over by spawn, which is near the nether portal. I haven't done anything down there since building that farm. I had instead turned this into sort of like my temporary house. I am currently in the process of moving out. This is not where pumpkins go. And there should be a lot more sugarcane there. Whatever. This was my former enchanting room. I have moved it to my new house, which I will show you guys later. Yeah, it is pretty cool. And by pretty cool, I mean I still have to decorate it a little more. I'm in the process... Anyways. I'm in the process of moving the storage slowly to... I could probably just take these now. So... I'm in the process of getting distracted because I can't focus on one thing. Anyways, I'm in the process of moving all my storage out to my more permanent storage location for the time being. So that's why there are chests in weird places. Additionally, I'm in the process of moving the villagers where they're supposed to be. The reason I haven't been on in a while, or haven't made any videos in a while, is because last year around this time, I found out I was going to be a dad. So that's exciting. Good news is baby's here. He's alive, healthy, and having trouble sleeping. So that's fun. It also makes it fun because he'll go down for like a minute, and it'll be like, "Hey, this is awesome. I can do something." And then as soon as I put him down, he starts crying again. He's cute, but it's been very difficult getting on to create content. So I apologize for being slow about that. I've had a few of my viewers that know me in person that are like, "When are you gonna put out another video?" Well, this is sort of an explanation video. I hope that's good enough to cover you. Anyways, that's enough catching up with what's been going on in my life. I'm going to continue the base tour. This is an unfinished project. That's my iron farm. I need to, at some point, decorate it, make it look pretty, so that it blends in with the wall a little better. Over here, I was going to make this like a huge tower, and then have it sort of have pieces that are broken off and levitating and stuff, and turn it into like a nice giant wizard tower, but there's some changes I need to make with the design. It's pretty clear I didn't continue the wall very far. But I meant to, what I should have done was had that bubble elevator. Oh my goodness, I hate Enderman. I've got this is the full experience. I have a bamboo farm and a cactus farm, just passively going as I build. So if I need experience, I can just pop over. Anyways, I should have made the bubble elevator go up to a lower level, and then a second one to come up to this level, because getting up and down from that former storage area to come to the iron farm is just so tedious, because before I got my elytra, it was almost as fast just to run all the way up as it was to take the bubble elevator up, walk outside, take the ladder down, and then walk over. It was not my brightest idea. Let's go around here. So I have melon and pumpkin farm, which I hope it's still working. I have my sheep farm. I've got all the different colors in no particular order. Actually, it's in a very particular order. I thought that these colors flowed the nicest from one to the next. The only problem is I couldn't figure out how to connect it to these colors. So I put these colors in a different format. And then brown at the end, just so I didn't know where to stick it. So there's that. I have this nice little walkway to get to that tower. I've got an automatic carrot farm, which is kind of fun to build. I didn't know if it would work or not, because it had been a few patches since I built an automatic carrot farm. I have an unupdated map of all of our bases. It's kind of neat. It is very unupdated. There are so many changes that have happened to this that I haven't. I just haven't picked up the maps and updated them yet. I will eventually. I promise. I promise. Alright, coming back here, I had attached a contraption to make bone meal from my iron farm, so that's why you saw only iron in the farm. There's no poppies, because I have them automatically filter out, which is kind of fun. Got a gunpowder farm, which I was working on making bigger, and then I realized I needed more spruce for some of the projects I was working on. So I have a lot of unfinished projects. A lot of unfinished projects. But I'm working on it. I promise. I promise I'm working on it. Anyways, we're moving further into my kingdom. Oh, this is full. That's fun. So I have a second sugarcane farm, which will be emptied out very shortly. As soon as I can, by shortly I mean at some point, as soon as I can move the rest of my villagers over. Down there, up there, down there. Let's go up. So, I need to oxidize and wax that. So there's a certain level of oxidation that I'm looking for that fountain that I thought would be pretty cool. I have a roadway system. I have plans for the gaps between roads. I'm going to put houses, and the houses are going to have storage in them for random various blocks, so I can clean up my automatic storage system. It'll make sense later. It'll be like, I'll have like a nether house that'll be built out of like nether blocks, like blocks you only get from the nether, and then the only thing in the storage there will be things you can collect in the nether. I'll have something like that for the end. I'll have a few other random houses that might just be for decoration. I'm going to put some kind of pathway to go up this mountain, maybe like a church or temple or something at the top just to be kind of cool. I'm going to continue the wall into the mountain area. I've got plans. I got to build a back gate too, because that's one of my friends' wives' houses. And my wife's house is back there too, but it's creeping on my land. But I built a bamboo farm. I really like this design. I've been trying to consolidate so I can, because it's overflowing. It is just overflowing with bamboo. But I have it you might be able to tell, got a daylight sensor on either end. So when it becomes sunrise, it harvests, and when it becomes sunset, it harvests going back the other direction. And it usually doesn't break. Usually. Actually, let me see if it's broken real quick. It breaks at weird times. Okay, it's at the other end. It looks like it's in the ready position. Okay, good. I have a bee farm where I can collect honey or honeycomb, depending on what I want. I've got a few bits of honeycomb. We've been using it for no reason. I also found out I don't need that glowstone there. I've got all those campfires in there that are producing light, and that's just redundant and kind of sticks out. The glowstone does. Anyways, but yeah, been collecting honey. I'm gonna put more farms up here eventually once I figure out what I want to put there, because I don't really know what I want to put there. I've got this creaking farm, which is kind of fun. I just gotta get close enough to show you guys how this works. I look at him. I look away. He's gonna chase after me. Yeah, look at that. Whoop. Whoop. You basically just look away till he gets close, and you just... Dude. Good. Get him go in the hole. Close all the trapdoors so no other mobs walk in there. Hop down this ladder and just whack, whack, whack. Every couple seconds. Okay. And then you get resin. Why? Why does it look like I'm not getting any more resin right now? Oh, there it is. Good. Oh! That was not cool. I was looking at you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, like you can do anything to me while you're stuck in there. Yeah, so it's kind of fun. Yeah, so what happens is you whack him, particles, resin. Observer sees the resin, update, fires the sticky piston, which picks up that block, dislodging all the resin, which drops into the pool. Got a bunch of hoppers down here. And then it puts it back. So it's kind of neat. I'll show you my house in a second. I also need to, in some of these areas, put more decorative fields. I put one in just to test to see how I could do it. I kind of like it, but it keeps looking like someone is ruining. I don't have any hose. Dang it! I'll have to make it. Find it. I think I have one somewhere. I'll show the storage system last, just to tease you a bit. He's gonna get put in his place soon. I created a little garden area. I found some axolotls, which is great. I got to kidnap them. I mean, I got to pick them up and bring them home with me because they love me. Uh, I created a little walkway garden area as well as a farmer's market. And so, yeah, okay. The farmer's market's got a little well, which I kind of like. I kind of like this detail. The path is not going to stay just path blocks. I'm just too lazy to get like coarse dirt and mossy cobblestone and stuff to like make it look pretty right now. So this is just, it's temporary till I get more things built, and then as I get more things built, I'm gonna be like, something's odd, let me fix it. But I set it up farmers market style with like, you know, a bunch of different villager types. Um, and then up here I've got a blacksmith shop which still needs some decoration on the outside over here and on the inside over here. But as I go adventuring and I find gear, I'm, you know, selling it to my fellows. This is supposed to be netherite, but yeah, I just haven't gotten around to making a netherite armor set. But this is, you know, just something to sell to them if they're like, oh, I really want some enchanted armor, but I don't feel like enchanting it, or I don't have the levels. It doesn't take long for them to take iron and trade it with these guys to get any gear, but if they're too lazy, they could just, you know, whatever emeralds they have on hand, come get stuff. Or they can trade with the villagers. Ignore the iron bars. So I've got not a ton. It's not meant to be a get rich quick scheme with emeralds and stuff, but it is meant to have some form of getting your hands on all the different tools and weapons and gear that you could need. Um, I haven't leveled up Fletcher all the way. Everyone else is fully leveled up, but Fletcher's not. All right, so that's my blacksmith. Oh, let me show you the upstairs. This is just silly. I was trying to think of how to like decorate, and I was like, I have all this roof space. What do I do? So I made a little patio, and eventually I'm going to change these out for a different color. Because right now it just looks like you have a wooden table and then wooden chairs, and I was thinking maybe warped wood might look good, because then it might look like, you know, lawn chairs or beach chairs with the little umbrella. So they can come out here on the balcony and lounge when they're done working a hard day at the forge. And across the way, I'm setting up something kind of similar but different. This is going to be where I have all my librarians. This is just the building. It's not even done yet. I've still got more blocks in here that I need to place, and that's not even all of them. I don't have enough blocks to place. So there's going to be an upstairs lounge area that the spiral staircase will take you to. I might have like, I don't even know, potion making sets up here. Kind of like, you know, some places have like, you know, like a coffee bar or something like that. So it'll be something like that. It'll be something. You have a little window, you can peek in at it. And then up here, we're gonna have more librarians. And then up here, we're gonna have a like another rooftop lounge. Dining area, almost like that, only this will be more like a place where like a college campus, you know, you're at the library and there are places where you can go to like sit out and read or study or do homework. So it's going to be set up like that. So it'll be like chairs around a table or a couple tables, maybe an umbrella or two out here just to provide shade, a railing for safety. Some people aren't very good. But like I said, I'm not, you know, this is a work in progress. It's not done yet. Let's save the, I'm gonna save the storage system for last, because it's my favorite. Anyways, so this whole mountain range, it was actually two mountain ranges. Ran that way, ran this way, and that way. And it was covered in birch and oak trees, and I am slowly, like, that density, but like everywhere. So I'm slowly making my way through. I will replant some trees so that I can have some greenery in the town, but I'm trying to fill up the space, but I needed like a blank canvas before I did that. I had to do a ton of training down here because it was just all over the place. So I leveled it out a little bit, had some depth change to it because it's nice to have some elevation change. Um, Built a roadway system, just eyeballing it. It's not perfect, but I like it. Um, and then I'm built this castle fortress thing. It's not fully decorated, obviously. There's still a dirt block here underneath this, but I had to do some training here as well. This is my first attempt at a stable. This is my horse. I have to brag about my horse real quick because this was the first horse I tamed. It's got a decent amount of hearts. It's super fast. This is like the fastest horse I've ever ridden. And to top it off, I'm gonna come over here to show you like the really cool thing about this horse. Hold up, hold up, hold up. How do I get off? There we go. This is how often I ride horses. I don't do I have? I might have something I can use. Nope. I don't always test horses, but this guy is fantastic. Where'd he go? There he is. So I'm gonna brag, because this was definitely a first try moment for me, right? Okay, check this out. I come over here. Ugh. Ugh. Whatever. Parkour. Just so that nobody thinks that I'm like cheating here, right? With the jumping. That wasn't the full height. That is 1, 2, 3, 4.5 blocks. Ready? Dude's got a 4.5 block jump. This is the first horse I tamed. Super healthy, super jumpy, like super fast. It's got to be almost the perfect horse. Like I think the only way he'd get perfect is if it was a 5 block jump and he had 14 hearts or something, or 15 hearts. I don't know how much hearts horses can have, but he is wicked fast. And he can jump super high. First horse I tamed. And I tamed him over by my villager breeder. He was on that mountain, and I was like, oh, a horse. I have a saddle. And then I tamed him, and I was like, what the heck? And I was like, there was like 10 horses there. And I was like, nope, I don't need to check any other ones. First try. I still have some storage cleanup to do in case it wasn't obvious. I think this is my toolbox. I think that's where leads go. Yep, that's where leads go. Right. This is where the chests go. It's my redstone box. I made it red so I could tell. Okay, good. This is not a permanent structure. This this here is a jukebox. When activated, it plays the music discs. And oh man, tears. So I got it the first time I fought a ghast in the nether. I killed it and it dropped that music disc. First try. I was super stoked. Why is this still running? Good. So this is my super smelter. It's got 16. I keep forgetting to light that up. It's got 16 different. There's 16 furnaces that keep it running. It's pretty cool. I was originally gonna like fuel it with like coal, then I realized that's gonna be really expensive, and decided I'd throw a bunch of bamboo in there while I collect coal. I'll figure something out later. I haven't used it in a while because I have silk touch, so most of the things I need to cook are cobblestone, but I already have a bunch of stone because I mined out an entire chunk all the way down to bedrock, so I got a lot of stone from that. This is the back of my base. I have plans to put a garden in here and then a tower there. That would probably be connected to my house. But I'm going to show you the house now. And then from there, we'll go down to the storage unit. a little garden in here. It's almost done. I say almost done because I still have to get rid of these chests and then plant another flower box here, and then it'll be done. This is my cat. He's a good boy. Yeah. I know it seems like I'm rambling. I'm just trying to hop around and sort of show and tell. Got a little platform here. I don't know how many of you get those like YouTube shorts where they're like, build this starter house. And they're like, it's super easy, and then they build it out of blocks that you don't get until like late game. Um, and it's like, wow, they used all diamonds. So back here, there's lights down there. It'll make more sense in a minute. There's a cave there, and I was planning on building like a little pathway down all the way to the water, and then a dock on the water, and then along the way, I'd build some of those little YouTube shorts, try this starter house idea along the way. So it's kind of like a little mini village as you go all the way down to the water. But that's a that guy is in full copper gear. But that's a project for a later day. Get him. Where'd he go? I'm pretty sure I missed. But still, where'd he go? Okay, that was too short. I should have known. See if I can hit him. Oh, so close. Where was I aiming? Right here? A little further. Oh, come on. Kidding me? Let's see. Be right below this. I know. This is exciting. Oh, that was so close. Got him. First try. Anyways. So, yeah. This is my house. Please don't make fun. This is my first attempt at like interior decorating of a house. It's not that like it's not like I don't have experience. I just don't usually spend time decorating the interior of my house. I thought I had more nether wart. Oh, I need more. No. Okay, let's just harvest it all. Yeah. Yep. Ooh, there we go. Oh, I hate that. It's shorter than a block. So trying to go up steps, it's just impossible. You can't walk up them. You have to jump. There we go. Makes me feel a little better. So, yeah. So I built a little fireplace. Not sure how I feel about watching the smoke come out, so I might make some changes later. Oh, you know what is missing? I kept thinking about this because I drew a diagram on how on each floor for this, trying to make decorations. I don't have a plant there or there, and I think I'm supposed to have plants there because on every other level, I've got plants. This is my treasure chest. I'm collecting stuff. Wait, am I missing one of my armor trims? Wait, maybe I'm not. Okay, guys. Yeah, recently found a trial near our bases, so may or may not have spent some time there. This is my currency chest. This is like any NPC that uses currency is going to use one of these too. So I've been collecting that too. Have a nice little balcony back here. Got my enchanting set up in here. No good books, because why not? My ender chest. I went through like 5 trial chambers before I got my first mace. then I realized that there was one ominous vault I didn't check in the first trial chamber. Went back, checked it, got another heavy core. I was so annoyed. Oh my gosh, I have iron? That's cool. I didn't realize I was cooking something there. Yeah. Anyways, we'll go ahead and sleep for the night. Got one more part of the house to show. And yeah, I'm hoping y'all are digging the crib. So this is it. This is the last part. And then the base tour is done. So I've got elevator in and out. I've got access doors at every entrance. So I can go back and check on things if things aren't working so well. Also because I might change up what's being stored. This is my storage system. At the moment, it sorts 124 different items, which isn't a ton. Sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. When you factor in the fact that I had wood taking up 10 slots each for each type of wood. And by the time I finished doing the wood, it was all the way like over to here. And it was like, oh, I have so many other blocks to put in. So then I cut the wood down, and that wasn't even counting the nether wood. That was just a cherry. So I cut it down to 5 blocks each, which means that some things aren't going to get sorted very well. Which is why I said 124 different items, because this last one is a miscellaneous. So anything that doesn't have a sorting spot, anything that doesn't have a sorter. Ugh. Am I missing a box? Oh no, it's in the. Okay, it's in the library. Anything that doesn't have a specific sorter setup is gonna fall into here. Eventually, like I said, if I create a building for the end, it's gonna be made out of end materials. And then it's going to store end stuff, which means these 3 slots will open up and I can add more and more things. Make something out of the nether. It's going to have nether blocks made out of it, which means all of these are going to open up. Maybe not the smooth basalt, but all the rest are going to open up and going to be sorted in that one. Whatever it's called. Words are hard. In that building. And then I might do something similar for like deep slate and tough. I'm not sure. I might make a building specifically designed for each of the stone types. But I haven't decided. Because if I did that, then I could open back up the wood to being 10. Or more. Because I wasn't even counting the doors. Anyways. Here in the middle, we have a little staircase down. I don't know. I'm going to decorate this eventually. Eventually. Because this is where that cave was that I was talking about. Where I can come down. Open this up a bit. Have a nice little pathway down. And go straight to the ocean. Or the ocean, the river there. That's something that I was thinking about. Now, I'm not going to give you a tour of everyone else's bases, but I will fly by them so you can get a better look at them. Just because, you know, there are other people on this server. They're doing things. It's fun. We'll go out that way to start, and then we'll work our way back to the beginning. So, starting with dropping stuff off here, because I don't need that anymore. Oh, why do I have spider eyes in my inventory? I meant to leave those with the potion stuff. Anyways. You know, I made this place big enough for me to fly in, and I'm not adroit enough. So eventually I'm gonna add a walkway here. I know I say eventually a lot. I'm gonna add like a little bridge walkway to get over to here. I'm gonna decorate down here and probably have the water flow down to even lower. Ugh. Jumping's hard. But I'm going to fly it real high so you can see it. So that was one of my friend's wife's house. This is my wife's house. She's trying. She doesn't really play Minecraft. She's playing around with blocks that she has access to. She sometimes forgets that I let her use my storage system to get any kind of material that she needs. But she's trying. I appreciate that she hops on and plays with me. It's fun. She's got a little farm going. She only has 1 cow and 1 chicken. Is that an egg? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just can't. I can't today. I can't. What is wrong with me? That I can't jump over a fence. Good. All for that. All for that. That's... Anyways. Moving on. So, if you see a bridge in this world, 99% of the time, it's going to be because it was built by me. Like a bridge. Not like... I'll show you a second of what I'm not talking about. This friend here hollowed out this mountain pretty much and has multiple layers where he is going to have different buildings. So you saw the coppery color, not coppery color, like warp fungus sticking out the side over here in the copper there. So he is going to have buildings sticking out the side that are like in the mountain, but they're all like connected somehow. Eventually. So he spent a lot of time digging too. In fact, for a while we were keeping track of who had... Oh, he's got his own creeping farm too. We had a resin farm. We were keeping tabs on who was harvesting the most, or not harvesting, mining the most, like stone and cobblestone. And for a while we were pretty neck and neck. And my friend that has a base here, so these are not what I'm talking about. I told him at some point we need to put nice little pillars and arches on these because they are hideous. Hideous looking sky bridges. And I came over here to steal some oak leaves from him and he didn't seem to notice, so I just kept going for a while. And I don't know when he's been on last, but he did some crazy work down here with torches. Like, it's insane. This is like so many torches all over. Oh, and he's got a geode. I didn't even notice this. Huh. I wonder if this geode's connected to... Nah, probably not. Too far away. Ow. Ow. Anyways. Well, that does it for the... Ooh, that does it for the server tour. And hopefully you're all caught up with... I got you all caught up with what was going on and why it's been a while since I've done anything. I'm going to show you one of my great shames before I get off. So before I built that drop in the bubble elevator to get up and down from bedrock, I built this. And I started going this way and I was like, hold on, this is going to crash right into that farm. I don't want it to do that. So I took it a little further down. And I went all the way down to bedrock. And I was going to make it slabs. These are slabs. Slabs. This would have taken so long to finish. I should have just done stairs. So in my great shame, I abandoned it, and I meant to decorate it to make it look like an abandoned mine shaft. Anyways, though, enough of the distraction. yeah, this is my base. I'll fly up really high so I can struck by lightning, and then you can see the whole thing. Yeah, this castle took forever. I didn't know how to do roofs. I think I figured it out by the end. But, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy. Sorry it's been a while. Hopefully it won't be as long before the next video. But in the meantime, see you guys around. Bye.